started. Good morning. I'm going to call the meeting to order today, and we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Prayer?
Ken, we want to wait a second. It sounds like we have people walking in.
Yep.
We'll do that way. We don't have them walk in the middle of prayer.
It's Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
We'll give you a second to sit down. We're getting ready to do a prayer.
Unless you want to lead some prayer while you're up, Shirley.
All right, please pray with me. Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunity to be American and have the freedoms to be in this country provided by so many that have been here. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here today to participate in guiding the county and making decisions. Amen.
Very good. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso is absent. Commissioner Franker,
Here.
Commissioner Busdecker,
Here.
Okay. I will accept a motion to approve the digital audio video recordings of the previous board session from Thursday, October 9th, 2025.
I will make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Commissioner Busdecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes. Okay, so we are, have appointments today, so, we had Chris Mansour. It sounded like he might be a little late if they make it. They got some short staffing going on. I guess we'll go right into soil and water with Morgan. Come on up.
It doesn't
Yep.
matter. Okay, either side. Thank you for having us, me and Jill, here from the Seneca Conservation District. We want to give you guys a quarterly update. So about a year ago here in December, we've actually added 3 new staff to the team, and having 1 year under my belt and my role. So we have kind of switched up some things of how it used to be done. And so now we have an outreach program, and we decided to do quarterly updates to all of our partners and our friends and other organizations, so that way they are aware of what we're doing and how they have helped and how we can help them as well. So what I have here is a paper copy of what I will be going over. Thank you. Yes, I do. Thank you. Yes. So some of this is just what happened in our third quarter, as well as maybe happened earlier this year, as this is our first edition. So back in August, we actually had a pasture walk for farmers. It was called Grazing with Grit, and it was open to Seneca County and other surrounding county livestock producers, and some of our partners who also maybe help producers with grazing, to learn from one of our own specialists in Ohio. His name is Bob Hendershot, and he still has a passion even though he's retired from the industry. He's just a really, really great speaker. So we were able to get him. And then with the Seneca County Cattlemen's Association, they were able to help provide some of the meal for us as well. So we had that at a farmer over in Cary area named Brad LaFountain, who just started going through one of our federal programs and was just establishing his own pasture. So it was just cool to see someone else taking a right step in the right direction and doing more grazing management opportunities. We had Ohio Rep. Gary Click come and visit us. We just had our first Fun on the Farm back in June. Where we had beekeeping, recycled toys, furs, tracks, and scat. Visitors were greeted by our livestock and got to splash in the puddles because it rained that day. And even though it rained, we still had over 50 people there. So that was a really great turnout there. And then Jill will talk about our next one on the farm that is coming up soon. We had fair booths at Seneca County Fair and Attica County Fair, which was new for us as well. And then we are going to be at the Touch a Truck event, I'm sorry, wrong one. We went to a Touch a Truck event at the Department of Job and Family Services, where it was Take Your Child to Work Day. So we partnered with the AgPro, and they brought a tractor and a planter, and then we were there passing out goodies and talking to kids about tractor safety, and that it was cool that they just got to get up and beep the horn and do things like that. So we went to downtown Tiffin's Pizza Party, as we were able to connect pizza and agriculture, right? The best that we could there. So that way we were still part of the what's going on in downtown Tiffin's organizations. In the spring, we host field trips out at Proving Ground Farm, which is a farm that we own and operate. And we had over 750 students this year, which has been probably our highest so far. Last year, we were just at the max of 600. And we are starting to get more schools to come. And they could be schools in Seneca County or outside the county. We do not charge for them or anything like that. And our board just pays for our time, to do so. It's a long day, but it's a fun day, and we get to have the kids to be outside and be one with nature, to see livestock, to get in the creek. We do other conservation practice, and we tailor to whatever grade level that they are in. So we have started going back into the classrooms, as well as it doesn't have to be a classroom to learn, as Leafy Oak Campgrounds has asked us to come out, and then we're going to be doing some more like adult education here in the future as well. So not just educating our youth, but adults as well. One of our big grant projects right now is H2 Ohio. And we just had our sign up end for 2026 and 2027. And with 183 farms, we're estimating over 101,000 acres, which is about 44% of the cropland in Seneca County. That number has increased since from our first sign up, which was roughly about 30% in our county. So that is really great to see that response as well. We don't know what the future will be after 2027 as government changes and things like that, but ODA is doing all that they can to secure that funding so we can keep providing to our farmers to help with that aid with farming. So our ditch maintenance department, they have spent the summer working on their projects and tiles and catch basins repair. The commissioners had help with the project last year and just wrapped up in the spring. And that is going really well, and the landowner seems to be happy. So we are all good and very much appreciative for the funding up front to get that project done. Not that there's been much rain to see it in action, right? But what the rain that we have had, it seems that everything is going really well for that. So we were very thankful to do that. Something new, this is year 2 that we tried. If any landowners were to get a non-government project done that would be needed for a collection, anything $200 or higher that would be on their tax on their tax card, then they were notified to kind of help them with their personal budgets and stuff, and then they just don't get slapped with that sticker of like, oh my gosh, I now have to pay all this in my taxes and stuff. So yeah, we were getting phone call sticker shocks, and so we were trying to help kind of eliminate and again talk to them about why is it and what work is going to be done in the future for them. So at the farm that I talked about, we are about to harvest our corn, so hopefully it turns out pretty well. And then we were able to get our farm signage replaced along State Route 101 in the intersections of Township Road 138 and Township Road 169. Back in 2019 when we purchased the property, shortly after that we rebranded, and Miller Conservation Farm had a new identity. So we were able to get connections based off a chamber luncheon with ODOT to figure out how do we get those names changed. And in doing so, we were able to make it smooth transition as possible, and now everything correlates to our new brand. So that's exciting. And then we do have some upcoming events. Preschool story time is always the first Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m. at the farm. We are having a milkweed pod collection to help with the monarchs. That's going on through the end of the month. Fun on the Farm, which Jill will talk about. We have the Keller Brothers Truck or Treat at the fairgrounds. We have our Board of Supervisors elections, and then some other events that will be coming up as well. So Jill would come up and join me here, and she'll talk about those. So, yes, absolutely.
You want two sets?
Yes, please.
So thank you for having us. This Saturday is our next Fun on the Farm. Morgan had mentioned the first one was in June. We're hoping at least from 9 to 12 that it does not rain. And then after that it can rain because we need it very badly for the crops. So this is a free fall activity for families. It's open house style. Families can come and go anytime throughout the 9 to noon time frame at Proving Ground Farm. So some of the things that we'll have are creek exploration. That'll be done with Jacob from the Sandusky River Watershed Coalition. Our team will offer a hayride. We'll actually have 2 scavenger hunts, one with the Watershed Coalition down in our creek, and the other one with the Master Gardeners through our county. We'll be doing catch and release fishing. And then ODNR's Division of Wildlife will be offering the furs and traps. And then Seneca County 4-H will be doing a STEM activity. We'll also have our livestock. They're always there. And this is Zora, one of our pygmy goats on the flyer. And then families can, of course, explore our trails as they can anytime during the day. And we'll have various fall crafts and activities, and it's all free. So we're grateful to our partners, as always, for helping us bring an activity like that to life at our farm. The other event Morgan had talked about was our board election that is annual. This year we're combining it with we're having an event to combine that with our Soil Health Week in Ohio. So Friday, November 14th, in our parking lot, we'll have a food truck from 11 to 2. Everyone's welcome to come out and purchase lunch from street bistros. And we'll also have some educational information for people to learn about soil health. And then people can also take that chance to vote in our board election. This year we have 3 candidates running for 2 seats. So Jessica Burlekamp, David Cassidy, and David Kramer will all be on the ballot. And we'll be posting more information about their bios so people can make an informed decision when they vote here pretty soon. So. Any questions?
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Morgan, so if you guys have any in the pipeline, I know it's been a while, I don't think you've done anything since I've been on here as far as any new ditch maintenance, anybody to put ditches who has not been in maintenance, has there been any?
Gotcha, yeah, so there, I would say there's been like inquiry, but in order for them to petition the ditch to get on maintenance, they have to fill out the paperwork to do so. And as landowners come in and call, that is one of the processes that we do, but some resolve themselves as well, that they don't, they work it out between their neighbors and doesn't have to take it all the way to make everyone try to fix the problem if they can usually resolve themselves. But that would be more over to my ditch maintenance department of Andrea Smythe and Josh Carey and Brett Margroff, who handles it for me in that way. So, but I know there's been conversations, but.
And then on the proving ground, which used to be Miller County, do you still have a sign out kind of, I mean, I was on a board when all that kind of transition, and that was very important that they wanted to kind of keep that, the Miller Conservation Farmers are still, verbiage out there for, they donated and stuff on that for the Miller family who.
Gotcha. Good question, yeah. So what is down the pipeline for that is we are going to be putting up a kiosk, all right? A welcoming sign of our history of Proving Ground Farm, right? Known as Miller Conservation Farm. How did we inherit it, and who was all here, and kind of like landmarks and things throughout the property too, because there's a really cool history about Proving Ground Farm and stuff. So all that will be on our kiosk there. Donor recognition will be out there too. as years have gone by and different leadership positions have gone by, some of the signage and stuff has just been like down, weathered. Maybe just projects just happened, we don't really know where they came from or who to give credit to. So this new kiosk is going to be a way to give credit where credit is due in those areas and make it so cohesive, because right now it's a lot of hodgepodge around as, like, again, people got and changed, and with the weather and everything, we are looking for sustainable signage and ways that it can be there, a footprint long term. So that is our plan. There's no set deadline, as we will work with grants and going through it step by step. I would hope by 2026, but that's maybe extra hopeful. But it's going to be a really cool project, and when I have more details, I can gladly share with you, and it's going to be really cool, but a way to contribute to the history of Prairie Ground Farm in a way, but then again, moving forward as that property is expanded and new, and just building upon the things that Maynard Stonebreaker has put forth. So,
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
yeah, no problem.
Okay. Chris Masur, step right on up.
Oh, boy.
You know, I know you guys are running short on time.
We got about
I
15 minutes.
I think I'm going to skip reading the proclamation, if you guys are okay with that, because that takes a lot of time for me to slow read.
It's all right.
So I kind of want to just, well, we kind of wanted you guys to come in and talk a little bit about the process of you now being recognized of Teacher of the Year of the state of Ohio.
Do you want me to just talk about how the process goes?
That would be amazing.
Should I go? Doesn't matter who I look.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
All right. So I
Get
was,
whole crowd.
that's all right. Yeah. So last spring, I was nominated by some of the admin at Tiffin City Schools. Ohio's broken into 11 districts. So I was District 1. It sounds like the Hunger Games, I know. But there's 11 districts, and I was District 1. I was a District 1 Teacher of the Year. And then all 11 districts, we had to go down to Columbus. I'm sorry. From the 11, they selected 4 finalists. It was myself, a teacher from Cleveland, a teacher from Columbus, and a teacher from Cincinnati. So I was like the small fish. But anyways, got to go down to Columbus, and I had to do a 15-minute presentation on like my thoughts on like if I had a message to give to Ohio's teachers. And then there was a panel of 10 people that each had a question. So did my thing, and then I got a call about a week later from Mr. Nadeau saying we have to have a grant meeting. Like, why are we having a grant meeting in the middle of the summer? Well, he had already known that I was selected. So I go over for this grant meeting, and the state superintendent, Paul Crafts, congratulated me. So I was the finalist. Out of 122,000 teachers, I'm representing all Ohio's teachers. And so now I get to go around and I speak to schools. So last week I was in Brookfield, Ohio, which was where I graduated from. I'm giving the keynote in January, Science Education Council Ohio. I get to do the coin toss at the Browns game on December 7th. Yeah, so, but I get to go, I'm representing all of Ohio's teachers at this point. And so I think it's really cool that, from Tiffin Columbian High School, a small school, that I get to represent all of Ohio's teachers. And so, yeah, so I get to do a lot of these kind of things, but then I get to start speaking here. And then I submitted my application for National Teacher of the Year, so every state's Teacher of the Year gets to go into this pool, and then so I don't know if I'm quite there, but I'll find that out in January or February. So yeah, that's kind of the process.
Well, the big thing to me, beyond everybody else here, I've had 2 of my children that have had you teach them, and it was,
Hopefully they all said good things. I don't know about the second one.
That was a little more difficult.
Yeah, you said it, not me. Just kidding.
And you may still have another one yet, depends on
Yeah.
where he ends up.
Yeah.
But, we've had really good experience with you, and right now, it's Tiffin City Schools is pretty close to the heart for me and my family. When I get a chance to make sure we got to bring you in, because it's something we should take pride in our community, having a Teacher of the Year, and it's a big deal. I mean, you just said 100,000 teachers in the state of Ohio, and you're number 1. It's pretty
Some
cool.
days I'm not sure. Jerry would probably be like, yeah.
The other thing too is I think you guys also, you have your levy that's on the ballot. I don't know if you want to say anything. We don't have any problem with that, right? If they want to bring it up, we're not supporting or anything. but,
Sure. We are in a position in Tiffin City Schools where we have been deficit spending. And so by mandate of the Department of Education and our board, we're not allowed to run a deficit. So we are asking our community to support a 0.75% earned income tax levy. It would be for 6 years. Based on our research and our data, what that really equates to is our data would suggest that the median income is about $55,000 for Tiffin, for the residents who are able to vote. And if it passes, it would cost the person who's at that median income about $408 a year. But what that does for us is it generates $3.193 million. So it will go a long ways in helping us balance that budget so we're no longer deficit spending. We still have to look at tightening our belts and doing some things creatively to close the gap to balance it. And we understand that it's a big ask for our community and that taxes are important to everybody. But for us just to keep the lights on and operate, it really is important that we get the support of our community. I think additionally, what we're also looking at is the value that this brings to Seneca County, right? We work with all of our partners. We're blessed to be able to work with Heidelberg, TU, Terra State, Vanguard, Sentinel, Calvert, and our businesses. And so the product that we turn out is the future. And so we're trying to make sure that we are fiscally wise. We believe in that asking for our community support will help us continue to meet our goals and raise our level of education, but ultimately that turns into a profit for Tiffin City and also for Seneca County. I'm pretty constricted by law in what I'm able to say with the levy. It has to be factual, but I'm also allowed to directly answer any questions anybody would have. So sometimes that's easier for me not to get in trouble that
You
way
probably
if
have
anybody
one.
has questions.
Property tax?
Yeah, as far
Well, as the direction it's headed in the state of Ohio and on that potentially becoming on the ballot, and that has to be a big concern. I mean, the amount of money that the school systems get for property tax, that's some big numbers. And how do you recover without it, and how do you move forward if that's not it?
Great question. So I've been asked a lot, why did the district choose to go with earned income versus the other ways that we could go? And one of them is we are significantly not different from any household budget, right? You want to be able to diversify where your income comes from. So if by going earned income, if there were a change or reduction in property tax revenue for the district, this would help us not have a huge impact. If we put all of our revenue coming essentially from state aid and generated from property tax, and there's a big hit to that as far as our revenue, that could potentially cause even greater issues. So this is a way to look at how do we generate, how do we look at our community and say what is the least impactful but help us out. To your question about property taxes, everything is a projection right now, but if House Bill 186, the amendment portion of that is executed starting in FY '28, we would lose about $656,000 in revenue. And so again, that is something that we are looking at planning for. We've been saying that even if it passes, we need to look at where can we become more fiscally responsible, because we need to be able to prepare for any changes that happen. So we are probably being a little bit more conservative because we just don't know what the future holds for us as far as what kind of expenditures or revenues that we'll get because of House Bill 186.
I didn't mean to turn it into all
Oh,
that. I
that's-
just want to
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
for speaking.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming in. I know
problem.
you guys are
Do you want to get
short-handed.
a picture?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely need to do that,
Yes,
but
that's, yeah.
nobody wanted me to read this. You guys gotta get back. I know you guys
That's
are
fine.
short-handed.
Thank you for the
Little
opportunity.
history.
Yes.
You graduated from high school,
I graduated from Heidelberg in '99, had no intention of becoming a teacher, supposed to go to grad school, got a job waiting tables at TJ Willie's, it was like August, Dr. Callahan was there. I was like, hey, you're new here. I wasn't a very good waiter. my people skills. Anyways, just kidding. So she's like, hey, we just had a science teacher quit the other day. I was like, I'll try subbing. How hard can it be? And then 27 years later, I mean, I went back, got my teaching certificate, but this was not my dream. Anyway, so I went the alternative route to teaching, and so that's why I think they really like my stories, because there's such a need for teachers that like there is an alternative route now, and so so been here 27 years. So some days seems longer, but it's all right. So but that's kind of how, and I've been in the community ever since. So but
Good, very good.
Come
on up.
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes,
I'm getting kind of.
You're getting used to this,
Yeah,
now,
right.
aren't you?
All right.
All right. Can we move a little bit more this way, just so it's a little more center?
No problem.
All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
I grab one more.
Yep, one more. Okay.
Can I actually push you guys over just a little bit more?
Right there.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Thank you. All right. Sorry I have to get
Nope,
back to
that's
class.
good, that's good.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, so our surprise guest today we have for appointments, Marissa, you want to go on up?
Also, I just want to say that I know that Mr. Monser is a good teacher because I had him in biology and I don't have a scientific bone in my body, and I graduated high school and passed, so we're okay. Prepared one for you and Tony. So I'm here today to talk about America 250 and about our committee. So I kind of wanted to walk you through that. We're here to request funds for this committee and for the projects that we're doing. So I wanted to walk through everyone with that. We are requesting $10,000 from the Seneca County Commissioners. We have applied for the grants that are able to be used for America 250, but we were not recipients of them. So as anyone might remember, earlier this year, you guys passed, or late last year, you guys passed a resolution that Seneca County could be a designated community as part of America 250 and the Ohio Commission. So in 2026, America is turning 250 years old, and they are trying to do a statewide and nationwide celebration for that. So designated communities are meant to plan events for their communities, to put on different projects and programs that basically celebrate 250 years. So with this money, it would basically be used similar to how we did the Seneca County Bicentennial. I feel like all of these anniversaries are right in a row. So in 2027, maybe we won't have anything, but maybe we'll celebrate a birthday or something. But so it would be a contract service. You guys would contract the funds to Destination Seneca County. We would then run them through the committee and use them for these different projects. So this would cover the cost of the heritage trees, which I'll talk about, the delivery and planting labor, the plaques, and then any additional expenses related to America 250, and that includes marketing efforts as well. So boosting posts, doing advertisements, going on different mediums to try and promote these events. So on the committee, we have about 10 organizations, I want to say, anywhere from the Seneca County Museum to the library to township representation, the Seneca East representation for the race, and everything that they're doing is America 250 themed in 2026. So our job is to try and promote. There's going to be over 25 plus events that are specifically for America 250. So in addition to the Heritage Trees project that we are doing, we also want to promote these events that our partners are hosting. So with the trees, one of the programs that the Ohio State Commission is putting on for America 250 is called Heritage Trees. And this is basically planting trees to show your roots are deeply rooted in your history and your community and our country, but also the growth of the tree to represent where we're going. So we thought it would be really awesome as a committee to plant one in each of the townships and bring them into the fold as well. So with that, there would be 15 trees and 15 plaques, and that is on page 2 is the plaque example. And so if we put the choice lawn care, which is the one ordering the trees, planting the trees, getting the mulch and things, then we get a $500 discount. But all of that labor and stuff is around $5,465. The plaques I have 2 quotes out to local businesses to try and figure out what the price of the plaques is, but just to give you some comparison, these will be smaller than what we use for the Seneca County Bicentennial Hourglass sculpture, figure, whatever you want to call it. But that one was $1,497, but these would be smaller, but there will be 15 of them, and specific to each township. That way they feel they're represented in the celebration. And then promotions and marketing, as I mentioned, we're trying our best to make sure that everyone feels represented from our townships to our villages, all the way to our cities and communities, but making sure that America 250, everyone knows about it, that you should be able to go up to someone on the street and be like, hey, do you know what year it is? And they should be able to say what we're celebrating this year. So as I mentioned, we're requesting $10,000. Any cost that's incurred after that $10,000 would be covered by Destination Seneca County and taken out of the lodging tax. We're obviously so grateful for the lodging tax we get as part of a contract service from the commissioners, but that is to run obviously our normal day-to-day operations and the things that we are trying to produce as an organization, and this is specifically just for this 2026 for the Heritage Trees project. As I mentioned, the second page is the example plaque, and then it would have each township's name on it. One township wanted to plant it in New Brighell, so it still shows the township, but it is planted in a village. And then the third page is what was given to the township trustees and fiscal officers. I have been in contact with every township. I did have to call one of the fiscal officer's wife, but we have been in touch with all of them. So she's like, what are you calling me for? I was like, oh, I'm trying to get a hold of your husband. So yes, and then I was directed to someone else, and that guy broke his foot, so he definitely answered the phone, so he's right on top of it. But this is what was given to them, and then we do have locations for all 15 of the trees, which is awesome. We're waiting on 3 to be confirmed in a specific spot, because they just said the cemetery, but they have to make sure there's not like someone going to be buried there or something, so, or someone already buried there, so they're going to check that and get back to me. But all of them are confirmed, and we're working with Casey from, like I mentioned, Choice Lawn Care, who is local as well, to get these trees, plant them. He's going to go over the care instructions with the designated person. I can give you this sheet as well. Just don't look for spelling errors, because Google Sheets doesn't correct your spelling errors. But basically where all the trees will be planted. So anywhere from parks to villages to cemeteries to on their township building, whatever it may be. So that is my request. Again, I know it's a large ask, but we are definitely so appreciative of the support we get from the commissioners, but also we want to make sure that we're doing our role of representing Seneca County in this celebration and doing this one-year celebration for America 250. Are there any questions?
So I see the Adams Township wants to be the proving ground, so.
Yes, yeah, John's like, I called Joe, I was like, I'm trying to plant a tree, so, yes, it's fun. And sometimes when you call people, I did get hung up on twice because I thought I was a salesperson, trying to, not my, yeah, so I like adjusted my tone of like what I was like too chipper, I think, like, I'm here to sell you a tree, and then, yeah, so. And then it's great because it's no cost incurred for the townships as well to try and support them too.
Well, it's a great project, yeah.
Any questions, other
Okay.
questions?
Questions?
You wrote a lot of the answers already on here.
Okay.
Oh, you wrote it.
Yeah,
No, you wrote it.
so, okay, awesome, thank you.
Barbara, we need to do something for them?
I'll take care of everything next week. We'll get it all finalized for sure next week and get because we'll have to do supplemental appropriation and everything, so.
Sure, good.
Awesome, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you for, yes.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
that's-
And like I said, don't look at this sheet too close because there's probably a lot of spelling here, so, yeah, by the time.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. All right, moving along, commissioner reports. I'll start with, yeah, so we do a lot of internal stuff. It's budget season and kind of, on Monday was a holiday, so we haven't had a lot of meetings or anything on it, but just kind of catching up here in the office and with it, so. Grant?
I think much the same. There's been a lot of stuff with budget reviews. A lot of the stuff with computer technology stuff seems to be what I've dedicated my time to over the last couple of months and
Yeah.
probably the next couple of months forward. So to discuss attending events, there's a lot of events coming up. I mean, the city Tiffin has downtown trick or treat. What all's going on today? I mean, you.
Yeah, so tonight is downtown Tiffin Trick or Treat as part of the third Thursday. So from 5 to 8, you can do trick or treat around downtown at local businesses and organizations that are setting up. And then at 6:30 in City Lot 6 is the Great Pumpkin Drop. So Tiffin Fire and Rescue drops a bunch of pumpkins off the ladder truck, and it's very entertaining.
What,
Yeah, so-
where is
Is
that
it
lot,
really?
where is that lot located?
So City Lot 6 is right across from City Hall. It's like behind the First Presbyterian, I think it's the First Presbyterian Church.
Okay.
It's right behind that, yeah.
That's
So,
the opposite corner, right? The
Yeah.
big lot.
yep, yeah, it's a very big lot. There'll also be like some food trucks in there and some other organizations that are set up passing out candy as well. Not this week, but then next week we also have the Halloween parade that's on the 25th, and the STEMtown Historical Museum is our grand marshal, so we're very excited to honor them and that they've pushed their location into Seneca County, but we're excited to represent them. We also have the City of Tiffin Trick or Treat, which is on the 26th from 6 to 8, and then we have a lot more activities that are going on all the way from the Keller Brothers Trick or Treat to the Moose holding things, so that is all on our website as well of all the Halloween activities.
She did my report.
Yeah, there you go. I want to add one more thing. Tomorrow is the honor bus is
Oh, yeah.
leaving,
Oh, yeah.
for,
Yep.
leaving to go down to DC, so they got a full bus, and then they'll be back Sunday then, so.
I did see on Facebook that there was one gentleman that they couldn't get a hold of.
Yeah, I wonder if they found.
I wasn't sure if anybody knew or had seen that or knew of
Yeah.
him, or because apparently the number was wrong or something, and
Yeah, so hopefully.
so hopefully he'll make that. Yeah.
Has someone called his wife?
I don't think he's a trustee or fiscal officer. Those guys, they kind of do a good job hiding it.
Yeah.
That's all right, right. It's, so, yeah, well, good. All right, county administrator report.
Just a couple things. Just want to let you know that the property and casualty insurance renewal is underway. That happens usually in the month of October, goes out to all the departments. They have to review drivers, vehicles, equipment that they own that needs to be, insured. So we are working on that along with the budgets that I'm working on. So it all culminates together. And that usually takes a little bit of time as well to gather some information there. I have an update from the sheriff's office in regards to the virtual attorney visitation room, or the VAV room. We are going to do a walkthrough for punch list tomorrow to make sure that everything is complete, if there is anything that needs to be finished. I know that Steve Cook, the maintenance supervisor out there, has a short list of a few things that he would like to see corrected already. So maybe we can get that taken care of and have that completely set up and ready to start using in the near future. And that is for any of the inmates out there to do virtual attorney visitation. And then also, if you remember back, I believe it was in February or March, we passed an emergency resolution to get the intercoms corrected out there. Took a little bit of time getting all supply and demand, kind of it was the issue as far as getting everything in. As far as I'm aware, everything is complete, and that is up in a good working order now. And the next inspection in December, they shouldn't have any remarks on that for their inspection in December. So.
Very good, it's really good.
Other than that, I don't have a whole lot because yes, Monday was a holiday, so
Right,
it's
yeah.
it's been a fast week. So.
Do you know what, so for the ice, how many dollars a day is that per?
I believe it's $90 a day per inmate.
Because I just heard on, I think Butler County is one that has ice out, and they just raised theirs to $105 a day.
So I know that the sheriff is working on that and has been working on that. So I'm not sure where we are with that. So I can make a inquiry into that.
Very good. Okay. Old business. Old business? Okay, new business, supplemental appropriations.
Just a few. From general fund, travel in the amount of $4,000. This is for our office for our winter conference. And then also from general fund, other expense, $2,232. Apparently, we received some money that we should not have received for some inmate housing at the sheriff's office. So we need to get that back to the correct facility. And then also from general fund, indigent counsel for $40,000. This is a request from the judges for the court-appointed attorneys. I'm hoping this is for the remainder of the year. And then I also have child services fund assistance for $300,000 for the remainder of the year. And again, out of child services fund, the child services shared cost $200,000 for the remainder of the year.
That's pretty close to what, because didn't we try to push them out on helping?
Yes,
someone
and I
else?
did have, I believe, there was a question, to us also about getting, additional funding from us for placement.
Okay.
It's different than the assistance or
Okay.
the shared costs, so.
I'll make the motion to approve the supplemental appropriations.
Okay, I'll second the motion.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Okay, resolution.
The only one I have, authorizing the memorandum of agreement for deposit of public funds with Old Fort Banking Company on behalf of the Seneca County Clerk of Courts.
So move.
Second?
Do you want a little bit of an
That would be
explanation?
fantastic.
So, the Clerk of Courts collects fees, and she then has that on deposit at Old Fort, and it's a requirement that it come through the Commissioner's office to have those funds, and I believe it's like a 4-year term, that, and so in 4 years, they'll come back and ask for this again.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
That's all I have, gentlemen.
Okay. Public comment? See none? Meeting adjourned.